How you guys doing? Good, good. Oh.
You get a chance to play in an NFL preseason game. How do you imagine that will be for you, and how excited are you to compete? You know, in that level?
Yeah, it'll be super surreal. Obviously, it's a lifelong dream of mine to be at this level, to play in the NFL, and it came fast. I remember getting the call back in April, and now we're already here, first preseason game, so I'm excited.
Some big plays out here, some interceptions. Just how are you adjusting to this defense? There's a lot to learn. I don't know if they've got you doing some other things besides corner, like where they've been piling on the work.
Yeah, it's been a lot, but I've got good guys in the room, and obviously good coaches to help me out with all that stuff. I think just being in our room with Dean, McCullum, and then obviously a vet like Bryce Hall, it's helpful to have those guys around. And then obviously Coach Bowles, Coach Rock, Coach Rashad, they're always willing to help. Whatever questions I may have, they're willing just to put their kind of 2 cents in and just give me a lot of football knowledge. There's been a lot of things I've learned since I've been here in 3 months that I didn't know at the collegiate level. And it's definitely helped transform my game.
I'll start up my part. I'm so sorry. Coach gave some praise for the work that you're doing when the ball isn't going in your direction and like the technique stuff that you're showing. Has that always kind of been part of your game, or is that something you've put extra focus and attention on as you've become a pro?
Yeah. I think it's been a part of my game. I think just route recognition and understanding the concepts of offenses, I think that's kind of been one of my strengths as playing corner. But in terms of when the ball's not coming to me, I just want to make sure I'm doing my job. Do what I'm coached to do, make sure I'm in the right position, and that's kind of all they can ask for from me. So.
Earlier on this offseason, like rookie camp, mini camp, you were getting those takeaways,
yeah.
But I feel like you were probably chomping at the bit here to get that interception yesterday to show, hey, I still got these ball skills.
Right.
Like, what was that moment like for you? Not yesterday, maybe 2 days ago, but
yeah.
Just what was that moment like for you? To be able to come up big in camp when it,
right.
These practices all matter.
Yeah, it was huge. You always want takeaways as a defensive back, but you never know when they're going to come. You can't really force plays to come to you. I've always been coached to make the ones that come to you, catch the ones they throw you. And that's kind of what happened yesterday. But you just take it and run with it, try to get better, because there's always something to improve on, regardless of how good of a day you may think you had. So.
Last year at App State, you had 4 interceptions, 2 of which were pick sixes. Heading into camp, how have you kind of transitioned that playmaking mindset from college into the NFL?
It's been a lot of what I did, in terms of film study. Just understanding what offenses do, whether it's personnel groupings, down and distance, whatever it may be. Just trust my instincts. Trust what the offense presents to me, the things I see, and just play 100 miles an hour.
Good proving ground when you have Mike and Chris and some of the guys they got lining up against you out here.
Yeah, it's been fun going against them. They're great guys for a reason. You got first ballot Hall of Famers on the team, which is great for me. I get to compete against those guys, and ultimately they make me better. Can't be scared when you go against them. Just kind of make it about what you do, your technique, and it'll handle itself. So.
How confident are you heading into that first preseason game, considering that you have gone against the first ballot Hall of Famers?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident. I think I'll be a little nervous just because it's my first game at this level. It's just like college, your first day on campus. But, all the vets are like, look, man, it's just a glorified practice. It just happens to be another team across from you this time. So don't change anything that you've done in practice. Just focus on your technique even more. Know where your help is. Just run to the ball and do what you got to do.
So much about making these rosters as an undrafted free agent is the fact that you've got to be able to play special teams.
Yeah, you do.
What is your anticipated involvement, or how many different special teams are you on out here?
I'll be on all the special teams. That's how you make it as a UDFA. So kickoff, punt return, kickoff return, whatever. Tandy and Coach T-Mac, whatever they need from me, that's what I'm gonna do. Because that's ultimately how you get on this team. Whenever you're not the first and second corner. So I understand what's asked from me there.
Totally different from anything anyone's ever done, except maybe in the UFL. So,
yeah.
What are some of the things you've observed about how much more difficult, or better, or easier? What's going to happen? What are we going to see Saturday night?
I think it's meant to be an explosive play for the return team, but for us, it happens fast. Just watching the Texans game last week, it comes up on you quick. I don't care what position you are on kickoff. That ball's being caught, and the returner's probably 20, 30 yards away from you. So you kind of got to get off blocks real fast, and it's a quick play now. So. Awesome. Thank you. Nice to meet you all.